Timberwolves continue their journey as they play an interconference matchup in this road game. 2K Sports is proud to present NBA basketball. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg and our sideline reporter David Aldridge. Coming in off the road, the Pistons are back in Detroit for this game.
Well, the start of a homestand here, a short one, but nonetheless a very important one. So you want to get off to a good start.
And Rose throws it down hard.
Tell you what, Rose can get flashy with the best of them.
And Greg, for longtime Pistons fans, that Bad Boys era was so special.
I mean, Detroit's a tough, hard-working town, and those teams did have great talent led by Isaiah Thomas, but it was their physical, intimidating style of play that made them the Bad Boys.
Tatum no good. It's stolen by Rose. Eyes to the hoop.
And that's a quick foul for him there. Looks like the refs are going to call this one pretty close.
Well, I tell you what, this guy gives you everything he's got when he's out there. And that's what you love about Derrick Rose, how fierce he is as a competitor.
And these two teams are both aggressive, attacking in transition.
Well, you've got to play to your strengths, right? But really, the league in general is looking for early offense. These teams, no different. And what an advantage. You really feel like you can always trust him when he's at the line.
And it's Jokic missing.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
And that's a foul called on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That's his first foul. And now, just over a minute played here in the first. In the corner, O'Neal with it. To the paint. Gilgeous-Alexander with the steal.
And he was camped in just the right spot to swipe that pass away down low.
Here's Edwards. Rebound by Rose. And so it's Rose who brings the ball up for Minnesota. And the wide open shot from Duncan. O'Neal. And finished off by O'Neal.
Because Shaquille O'Neal is so big and so athletic and so relentless, it's really hard to keep him off the glass.
Now here's Edwards.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there, earned those free throws.
It's his first trip to the line. The free throw drops for Embiid. Greg, this is some kind of note. Last year, Minnesota had, for just the second time, had ever won a series in the postseason.
Yeah, they've been bounced in the first round, 10 of 12 appearances. But last year's team was different. Their elite defense fueled the conference finals run.
Now here's Shaq. And here's Anthony from the arc.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Right side, Jones. Pass to Embiid. Rebound, Minnesota.
You know, that's a quick 0 for 4 now. At what point do you call a timeout and reset?
Offensive rebound. Pistons trailed by 4. Out to the right wing. Plays it up and banks it in.
And boy, did they need that one. Their first make in the 5 field goal attempts they've had.
And here in the first, about 3 minutes in. Now we'll go to David Aldridge, who had a chance to talk with head coach J.B. Bickerstaff.
Now, of course, I asked Coach what his plan was about defending Jason Tatum. And he said, I told our guys just to play smart, to play up on him, but not get baited into fouls. And try to get a hand in his face. Now, that's a difficult challenge for any defense, so we'll see what happens tonight. Guys?
Okay, David, thanks. Five on the clock. Detroit needs to get off a shot. Duncan inside. And the layup's good off the glass. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for Minnesota.
Well, you know, they've been aggressive on the defensive end, and it's paying off for them. Quite a few takeaways for them in the early going.
And the other thing, I love how they're playing up tonight, getting into ball handlers and forcing some turnovers.
Timberwolves making a change here. And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played, Halliburton looking around, knocks it loose. It's stolen by Duncan. Now the fast break. Tatum with the ball. And it's Anthony with the jam.
And it doesn't get any easier for Carmelo. Love seeing him go up strong inside.
The kick out to Towns. And the rebound goes to Duncan. Timberwolves leading by 6. The three from Anthony. Count it. His second make in 4 attempts.
And that was an absolute bomb. Carmelo showing how confident he is.
To the inside. Towns. And the dunk by Towns.
And bullseye with that assist. Nice delivery there in traffic.
Screen by Duncan. To the middle. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Edwards.
Great instincts from him to get a hand on that pass and tip it out.
And, you know, even though they didn't come up with the steal, that's still a nice defensive play.
And I think that one could have easily have fallen for him.
And you see, don't you, Clark, the steady progression year over year for Anthony Edwards.
Well, he's already an all-star since his 3rd season. With Edwards, the chance is there. If he continues to show the same improvement he's shown thus far, well, he's going to be MVP caliber, and I dare say, perhaps the face of the league for several years to come.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight. You know, Greg, when you look at the Timberwolves' history, the first round had been a problem for them. But not last year, as they swept the Phoenix Suns.
And you got to look at it as being a tremendous success, right? Because going into the season, I don't know that anyone thought they would have made it to the conference finals. But, boy, that young group gelled well together, and the sky's the limit for the future.
Yeah, the quiet intensity that Duncan brings, just incredible. He's a consistent force whose teammates really look up to.
Here's Payton. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
Down low. Here's to Busher. Offensive rebound. The kick out to Towns. Towns, the screen. Here's Halliburton. Great D that time from Duncan.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
And it's Smith missing. Pistons trailed by 9. Inside. And stolen by Richardson. Smith left side. Duncan up on top. He has 5. Shoots over Towns. Here's Smith. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. Here's McGrady. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a 3-point play chance here for him.
Yeah, McGrady inside is confident, using his outstanding length to get the shot he wants and to get it off.
Free throw good, McGrady. Timberwolves leading by 6. Here's Smith driving to the basket. And Shaq with the slam.
Well, the defense tries to slow Shaq down inside, but emphasis on tries because O'Neal just too strong.
And timeout called by J.B. Bickerstaff. Looking for a breather and maybe just one or two things to talk about. So it's both teams making substitutions here.
Substitution on the floor.
Pistons trailed by 8. Gilgeous-Alexander with it. Nothing on the board.
2 minutes remaining in the first.
1:58 left in the first quarter. And he banks in the layup.
And good work inside. SGA will make more room for himself on the perimeter when he can be effective down low. Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat.
Now's the time to do it. Keep attacking that rim.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. English on the wing. Second chance effort. The kick out to Tatum. It's stolen by Jones. From outside the arc. And it's Shaq with the rebound. Minnesota leading by 8. Here's Tatum. Pass to Shaq. It's hauled in by Jokic.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over.
Now Jones. Jokic with it. There's 31 seconds left to play in the first. Off the mark with the outside fadeaway.
Really seizing the momentum of this game, but doing it with a methodical approach.
And, you know, that involves pounding it inside, getting as many points as you can right at the rim. That demoralizes a team.
Outside, English. Sinks the triple. English has got 5.
Excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
Yeah, you know, they've had the advantage at both ends. They've got all the momentum early on.
And so it's Minnesota looking at a 13-point lead heading into the next quarter.
27.
And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And a comfortable margin for the Timberwolves here, guys.
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
And, you know, for them, guys, it's all about tempo. Keep the pressure on and do so as much as possible.
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Thank you, Kevin. Anthony Edwards is figuring things out. He said there's levels. My first few years, I looked for my shot and nothing else. I've learned that I can't win without my teammates and that I have to throw them the ball too. It's a team game. I know that now. Kevin, I know it too, so I'm throwing it back to you.
And you're the best teammate we could have. Thank you, David. And we've got a timeout called from Chris Finch. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations. And it's Rose with the ball for Minnesota. Mobley outside. Outside Anthony. Three-pointer. It's good from long range. Anthony's got 8 points.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
And Tim Duncan gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him.
That's his second foul of the first half. Not a big deal yet, but something to keep an eye on.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Rim rocker, Joel Embiid.
I've got pity for that rim right there, Joel Embiid. That's a big man banging that thing down.
Here's Rose. Buries it down low. Rose has got 4 this quarter.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
Yeah, I love the fact he doesn't play the score. He just keeps coming, attack mode. He doesn't know how to step off the gas pedal.
Here's Edwards. Evan Mobley with the rebound.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And what I like about it, it's been a physical brand of basketball. It's had a little sandpaper element to it, gritty and rough, but that's how you win games.
And now Minnesota on the fast break. Got that bucket in no time at all. He's got 11.
And 2 more three-point field goals for him here in the second quarter. Somebody had better get a hand up.
It's out of bounds. The Pistons able to retain possession here. So it's Detroit now. 19-point game. Here's Edwards. With the rise of positionless basketball, Clark, this has to be the most difficult era to be a center.
I would not disagree with that, quite honestly. I mean, they're asked to do a lot. I mean, if they're not elite rim runners as centers and shot blockers, they've got to be able to shoot and shoot from the perimeter, not just in the low post. And they still have to be able to finish around the basket. I think the biggest thing is they have to cover more ground defensively because how the game is played offensively with a lot of movement and pick and roll.
And great from deep, Jackson. No issues hitting the mid-range either. Another big who has range in the new NBA.
And timeout called by J.B. Bickerstaff. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team. Pistons trailed by 21. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. It's blocked by Shaq.
Love seeing O'Neal use his body to come up with those blocks. An imposing force and a pretty consistent defender as well.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Here's Embiid. And again, unable to change momentum here. Levine for 3. Misses that one. He's 0 for 1 from the floor. English outside. Hands it from downtown. English has got 8 points.
He does not lack for confidence, and he shouldn't. I mean, this guy is a dangerous scorer.
Halliburton drives in. And stolen by Payton. Here's Tatum. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. That one on Gilgeous-Alexander.
And you watch Jason Tatum, year to year, he is a model of consistency across the board. The numbers are pretty similar, and the effort never wanes.
A young man who has an appetite for greatness, always pushing himself, is Jason Tatum.
Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. To Busher with the screen. And it's Gilgeous-Alexander missing. The three from Tatum. Rebound, Detroit. Levine with it. He's picked up by O'Neal. Pass to Embiid. From downtown. O'Neal with the rebound.
No matter what looks they get, they just can't convert to stop this run.
And, you know, they've got to be careful because this is when the team concept breaks down and guys start playing hero ball.
And finished off by O'Neal.
Boy, nobody wants to get in his way when he's this deep. Watch out.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
You know, defensively, you just can't afford to give him that much room. They're fortunate that he missed that one.
English with the steal. And here's Tatum for three. Finally gets one to fall. He's now 1 for 5 with his first make.
You got to D up Tatum from deep. He's got that kind of range.
To end the drought. Levine can't hit. And here's Tatum. He'll bring it up for Minnesota. Their defense has only allowed 4 points in the quarter.
And they may be leaning a little too heavily on the three-pointer when there are better looks to be had inside.
Yeah, and it's one thing when your shots are falling from the perimeter, but when you go cold, things aren't going as well, you got to get that thing inside. Mix it up a little bit.
Yeah, that's too good a look to give them from behind the arc.
A pass to DeBusschere. On the wing, Gilgeous-Alexander. It's through for a second basket. He's now 2 for 6.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter. Just served him up.
English looking around. It's rebounded by DeBusschere. And the Pistons with possession here. And stolen by Tatum. Here's Shaq. And Shaq with the slam.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
What, you mean the throwdown at the end? I'll tell you what, fellas, I mean, the highlight shows are going to pain them even more. I like the play call. Very solid, making perfect use of the pick to get a great look.
Pass to Shaq. And Shaq with the slam.
Big game for the big guy so far. Shaq really asserting himself on the offensive end.
Craig, seems like we always talk about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's offensive side, but when it comes to deflections and steals, his defense, he's one of the best.
Yeah, his two-way ability is sometimes overlooked in the mainstream media, but people in the know how good of a defender he is.
It's been all Timberwolves. Outside Rose. And Rose throws it down hard.
A flash of that athleticism yet again. It's clear Rose enjoys getting up and punching it down.
Here's Levine. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 7 now in this quarter.
And they've got to talk to each other on D there. Miscommunication, and now he's able to make them pay.
In the corner, it's Mobley. Back to Anunoby. Oh, drew the foul and almost hit the three-point bucket. But he'll go to the line to shoot 3. That one on Embiid. This is his first chance at the line tonight.
And he shot foul shots at about a 75% clip a season ago.
So Detroit going with an almost entire new group here. One of the best 3 and D wings in the league. Well, let's start with OG Anunoby. who excels from the corner.
And Kevin, about 45% on quarter threes the last couple seasons. So OG can space that floor horizontally. That's in addition to his elite defensive ability. Doing it with style. McGrady punishing the D for giving him that kind of airspace.
Here's Rose. It's rebounded by Towns. With the drive, McGrady goes up and lays it nice and easy. McGrady's got 7 points in the game.
The ball handling of T-Mac, really impressive. Watching him play, this guy is a thing of beauty. Puts a lot of time into his ball handling, you can tell.
Cunningham for three. Drains it from beyond the arc. Cunningham's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for three. McGrady outside. Driving in. Rose with the rebound.
You know, you'd love to see him pull that off, but instead he goes from highlight reel to the bloopers.
They get it back. And Mobley throws it down.
And that's just opportunistic basketball. Mobley carving out space and then cashing in on the second chance opportunity.
Pass to Gordon. McGrady outside. High arcing shot. Rebound by Smith. Williams with the steal. And McGrady with a clear path to the hoop.
Well, so often we see this transition buckets off turnovers.
And we know turnovers are painful and costly. You get loose with the ball on one end and get punished on the other end.
And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves having no problems at all. Up 29 points heading into the next quarter. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. We come back right after this. And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. And it's Cunningham with the ball for the Timberwolves. Screen by Duncan. To the middle. The kick out to Cunningham. Rebounded by the Pistons. And stolen by Richardson. Here's Duncan. Nailed from three-point land. Duncan's got the first field goal of the second half for the Timberwolves. Towns the screen. Here's McGrady. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
And I like seeing McGrady rise up for the dunk. Has amazing leaping ability and good reach, too. He makes it look easy.
Cunningham's shot is off. Now the Pistons with it. And stolen by Richardson. Oh, he really broke up that transition opportunity. Looks like it'll be a transition take foul. For Minnesota, they have been good at the free throw line. This one, 7 of 8.
And just to mention, a season ago, they were very comfortable at the line, hitting about 78% of their free throws.
You know, success at the line just became contagious for them. A few guys got on a roll, and it carried over to the rest of the team.
Tatum wide open. He fires one. Good, and it's Hill picking up the assist. Tatum's got 7 points in the game. Outside, Williams launches a three, and the rebound goes to Duncan. Outside, Hill. Duncan down low. Kicks it out to Richardson. And another three for Minnesota.
All these threes they're giving up have really been the driving force on this run.
Right side, Towns. There's Gordon with the three. They get the rebound. McGrady outside. Williams from outside hits the three-point bomb. Williams has got himself on the board with three there.
That is his shot, guys. So you can't just give it to him. You've got to get up on him and get into his airspace there.
And how about the last 5 made shots
have all been threes. The defense is just giving up a barrage.
Most teams get the message to cover shooters after one or two wide open looks at the three-point shot, but it seems like they have just not figured it out.
And there's the foul. It'll go on Tyrese Halliburton.
Personal foul.
That's his first foul.
Team second.
Duncan right side. And the foul called on Jalen Williams. That's his first foul.
Personal foul.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
Yep, they'll be trying to draw that next foul quickly so they can start getting those easy chances at the stripe.
Anthony, no one around. Good, the assist goes to Hill. 14 points for him.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Edwards looking it over. Here's the drive. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. Chest out for a three-point play. Tim Duncan picks one up. And Greg, it didn't take long for Anthony Edwards to prove himself in the NBA.
There's so much to like about his game. As outstanding as his offense is, his defense cannot be overlooked. He is a lockdown presence when he needs to be.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And what strikes me about Cade Cunningham is he's still growing. He's still capable of doing more on the floor. And he has the work ethic and attitude to make those improvements and become a real factor on the floor.
You know, he's been off tonight, off his game. At this point, he might want to focus on creating for others.
The Timberwolves again can't hit.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
And, guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
Outside, Jones. Latrey. And Anthony Edwards hits from deep. Edwards got 6 points in the quarter.
Wow, something's brewing, guys. The three-pointers just continue to flow.
Yeah, they've had a great second half from long range. I mean, things are definitely starting to look up for them.
And here is Gilgeous-Alexander. He's got 9. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And Gilgeous-Alexander understands how to draw contact, especially when he's looking to score.
Gilgeous-Alexander hits them both. Now Peyton. Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, if you want to win, of course, playing both ends of the floor is essential. Former Defensive Player of the Year Draymond Green says, we've seen teams for years make the mistake of thinking they can put a great offense out there and win. You run up against a team that's just competent offensively, but they play defense, you're going to lose. Kevin?
Got the 1-2 punch as Draymond talks about. Man, that is something tough to get by. VA thanks. And the basket by Peyton. Peyton's got his second bucket of the night.
Peyton gets free inside, doing a nice job. An athletic guard who has excellent creativity. He knows how to score in close to the hoop.
Rebound, Peyton. Minnesota with the ball.
That puts them over the foul limit with plenty of time left. They're going to have to be cautious now.
And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for Minnesota.
You want to see what the difference is? Look at their points off turnovers. They've punished mistakes all game long.
And another thing, guys, they've dominated on fast breaks tonight, outrunning their opponent the entire game.
And English gets it to go. English has got 5 points now in the quarter.
He is just tearing them to shreds here tonight. And the thing about English, even when he's having a game like this, he's never going to get on that emotional roller coaster. He doesn't get in your face. It's just another night at the office.
Peyton can't get it to go. And the Pistons with possession. Back to Jones. Pass to Embiid. Releases from the wing and drills it. Embiid's got 8 points.
Oof, that is a tough shot.
Now English. Wide open. And good as it just snugs right down through the net. He's got 18.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of them.
Here is Edwards. He's got 8. Embiid. True on the 14-footer. And that's 10 points for Joel Embiid.
You know, if you're only looking at the way he's played offensively, you'd think his team would have the lead.
Boy, that was a nasty throwdown right there. This is exactly why you can't give English the position he wants.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And the dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander.
I tell you what a good thing that he showed up today, because without him, this thing would already be over.
The 3 from English. It drops. That's his 9th field goal of the contest. A blistering hot 9 for 11. Pass to Embiid. And the dunk by Embiid.
Yeah, a nice, strong finish on the inside.
But Greg, that's what he does. He's got the dunker mentality.
An absolutely tremendous athlete, able to go up and finish over the biggest of defenders.
English outside. Off target with his 3. Pass break Detroit. Here's Jones. Klay Thompson grabs the miss.
You know, he's going to hear from his teammates after that one. I'm not sure what happened on that play.
The Pistons have been exceptional shooting free throws tonight, going 9 for 9.
Yeah, and 79% from the line as a team a season ago. Pretty reliable in that regard.
You know, something you can point to when you're talking about their areas of success last season, free throw shooting.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
Yeah, you know what? And I think they've just got to keep on keeping on. Keep drawing contact, attacking, getting to the line. That will certainly give them a chance to get back into the game.
And as long as he retains that great explosion in his legs, Derrick Rose will be a factor around the rim.
And here are the Pistons now. Pass to Jones. Back to Edwards. .51 seconds left to play in the third. A rebound by the Timberwolves. Out of bounds, Detroit takes possession.
Tough to catch a pass of that distance. He's asking an awful lot of his teammate to be able to reel that one in.
And Detroit has possession. Pass to Embiid. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. That's good, and it's Embiid with the assist. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 15 points. To the inside. And finished off by O'Neal.
Knows how to run a team, guys, and facilitate accordingly. Rose makes those around him better.
Left side, Edwards. Pass to Jones. 1 second left. And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. Timberwolves ahead, just dominating this one.
105.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Here are the Pistons with the ball. Here's McGrady. That was something to see.
And guys, that's not as easy as he made it look. You've got to have some skills to pull that off.
Well, he's got plenty of those, that's for sure.
Yes, indeed. Let's just call him ladder climber.
Duncan, a screen. Down low. Towns with the defensive effort.
Really a complete defender. I mean, Towns able to do it in the paint and on the perimeter.
And it's Halliburton missing. Back to McGrady. Takes it inside. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. Tim Duncan picks one up.
And he wanted everybody in the building to feel that ferocity.
And we did. Yeah. We felt it. Even over here, we felt it.
It's the best way to do it, as long as you don't get teed up for it.
Pass to Richardson. Outside Anthony. Back to Richardson. Just 5 on the clock. Fires the 3. It's hauled in by McGrady.
Definitely a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look.
And so it's Cunningham with it. He brings it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. And that one drops for him.
Just a special offensive talent. We don't see guys like Cunningham come through the league that often.
Team second. At the line for the Timberwolves, Cunningham.
And the league clearly focused on making regular season games matter. Right? You think more steps are coming?
Well, let's give the league credit because they've left no stone unturned. The play-in, the in-season tournament, the 65 games rule, all implemented with that in mind.
Taken away by Williams. And McGrady with a clear path to the hoop. And he can't jam it through. And here's Anthony from the arc. Good for his 6th make in a dozen attempts, shooting 50% with that basket.
He's really picked up where he left off in the first.
Again, the miss by the Pistons.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
Williams for 3. Duncan grabs the rebound. To the paint. Timberwolves passing it around. The kick out to Anunoby. His 3-pointer is off the mark. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Here's McGrady. The 3-pointer no good. Timberwolves on offense. Richardson outside. From past the arc. It's rebounded by Towns. Williams scanning the floor. Gordon a screen. And Anthony sends it back.
He works so hard on the defensive end. Anthony proving to be a difference maker. Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
That is the perfect fast break, guys. Getting a hoop before the defense can get set.
Anunoby with it. Now McGrady defending. Here's Cunningham. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It goes on Tyrese Halliburton.
And it's easy to see why so many are so high on Cunningham, a talented guard who can do a little bit of everything.
We've seen the NBA feature several overseas games, Greg, the last couple years. Always growing the sport, aren't they?
And I know the fans love it. And nothing quite like seeing an NBA game in person and expanding that opportunity, always a plus.
And the 3 ball is good. Cunningham's got 8 points in the quarter.
The defense is far too slow to close out on those 3-point attempts.
And those triples, they sure do add up quickly, don't they? I mean, they've got to make some kind of adjustment here.
And in dropping that one, he stops a 13-0 run by Minnesota.
Cunningham for 3. It's hauled in by McGrady.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage play.
And the dunk by Tatum.
Tatum, like most players, is best when he's aggressive and attacking the basket.
And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Tatum. they've been a little too casual with the ball out there.
Yeah, but you can't force that square peg into the round hole. Oftentimes, you just got to make that first simple pass and get a rhythm from that.
Launches it. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson.
Not shy from outside. There's no doubt about that. Spreading the floor and getting them up.
Love the mentality there, I tell you. I know I've never coached, but, man, playing to win and being aggressive even with the lead as opposed to being safe and going into prevent offense, I'll take the former all day long. Play to win.
And how about that? What a sensational finish.
Hey, you got to be able to get some hang time to do that one.
Yeah, to glide in and reverse it home like that, so sweet.
Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over. Both teams deciding to change it up. And here's Edwards. He'll bring it up for the Detroit Pistons. Going inside. And that one, good.
Yeah, the first half was one to deep six or forget. But in the second half, he's looked a lot better.
Pass to O'Neal. Greg, we see the NBA fining players for certain actions or statements.
Multiple offenders are always going to be under the microscope, Kevin. Sometimes they end up playing into those expectations, so those punishments can appear a bit skewed.
You know, when you think of Zach LaVine, his scoring comes to mind immediately, but he also rebounds effectively and passes it pretty good, too.
Zach LaVine, 2 shots.
And so LaVine nails both of them. English outside. Over LaVine. English, no good.
Well, you've got to be there defensively. I mean, that's an easy mid-range jumper that he'll typically drain.
And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. And here's Anthony for three. In for his 7th make in 14 tries.
Having a lot of trouble stopping the three-point shot.
And they're not making up for it with their own shots from deep either, so that's a double-edged sword there.
Now the Timberwolves with it. The three from English. That's in there. Anthony with the assist.
3 points.
English has got 26 points.
So many of the plays they're running designed to create opportunities from deep.
Well, you know, that's exactly their plan here in the fourth. Work to find space behind the arc and then bury some threes.
Inside. And the dunk by O'Neal.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
And don't leave out the coaching staff here now. I mean, their game plan has been perfect.
Edwards, no good. Down low. Got a piece of it. The shot's good from Shaq. O'Neal's got 6 here in this quarter.
Well, part of their game plan was to block out the noise and just stay focused.
And what's been impressive is that it's not been any one player. It's been a collective effort, contributions from everybody.
Just look at what a sniper he is from long range. He's got such an unusual skill for a big fella.
Second shot opportunity. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's going to be on Jokic.
Hey, we know Shaq can bully you, but he doesn't have to. He's got the craftiness and the finesse to get it done in other ways, too.
And it seems each season more things can be subject to video review. Are you a fan of that, Greg?
You know, I'm a fan of keeping the game moving. I'm not sure I'd get rid of review, but I sure would like the league to find a way to speed them up.
Edwards, no good.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for Minnesota.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget. And on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And now, for the year, this is going to take him to 7 wins. And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Shaquille O'Neal.
And the way he rebounded, he surely was a spark for the team as he was securing everything that came off the iron.
Hey, like a lot of guys, Edwards rides momentum as a player. When his confidence is soaring, so is his activity level.
And here's Anthony from the arc. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
And credit the whole team. It was a focused, concerted effort to put this one away.
Yeah, what a time to put the hammer down. Any hope of a comeback diminished.
From deep. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
And they came in determined to take this one. It's going to be a happy flight home.
Yep, to have a stress-free win on the road, very satisfying. The fans are already headed for the exits.
And Detroit with another turnover here.
And that's just another mistake. I mean, they've got it on autopilot, and they look totally dejected.
We've got 22 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
You know what? You've got to always be in control of your emotions.
Straight frustration right there, and I agree with you. Self-control of your emotions, a must-have if you're going to play winning basketball.
And both free throws good for Anthony. 15 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Will it go? And it's Edwards getting it to go.
Edwards flexing on him now. Bully ball inside.
9 seconds left in the fourth quarter. The three from Anthony. The shot will not fall. So it's Minnesota winning this one east. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just
Brian Anderson here, joined by the Hall of Famer Grant Hill and Coach Stan Van Gundy. We'll hear from Allie LaForce as well.
And there's always a little bit of animosity when these teams get together, but that is why it's a great rivalry.
Yeah, it's a game both teams get up for, regardless of recent records.
Peyton's shot is good. And this, a rivalry that spans across conferences, Stan.
Yeah, look, Brian, they've had their battles over the years, and the fact that they only play each other twice a season adds to the magnitude of the matchup. It's going to be intense.
And Giannis will just about do anything the coaching staff asks, a true team player.
That free throw misses. Well, Grant, they say early in Giannis's career, he had to work not just on his game, but his attitude.
And that's true, B.A. It wasn't a bad attitude. He just lacked an edge. The ruthless mindset that all great players have. But, man, once he got that edge, he never lost it.
Out to Anthony. That falls. Nice feed that time from Tatum.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
I caught up with Coach Chris Finch. Of course, we talked mostly about Giannis Antetokounmpo, the focus of this one. Coach telling me I've lost sleep thinking about Giannis. He can just take over a game, no matter how you play him. We're hoping he'll be a little off tonight. Do off nights exist for Giannis, guys? We'll find out.
All right, Allie, thanks once again. It's stolen by Tatum. Three-pointer. Kevin Durant pulls it in. And the Knicks with possession. It's a 5-point game. And now the Knicks on the break. Back to Jordan. Over Anthony. Jordan with the bucket.
Well, that's probably not the shot they were looking for, but hey, when it goes in, everybody's happy.
Anthony outside. Duncan. And that one is hammered home.
Oh, not the defensive effort they need to cut into the lead.
Boy, good call. You have to at least try to protect the rim.
Yeah, I'd consider calling timeout right away after that one. The defense has to be better there.
To the paint. And it's New York with a rebound. To the inside. Jordan. It's hauled in by Hill.
Not really what we expected. You know he wants that one back.
Outside Tatum. Pass to Peyton. Hill with it. Shot clock at 5. Oh, okay!
Oh, my gosh.
Wow, that type of finish is just deflating right now for a team that's trying to make a comeback.
Ouch. That's certainly a big-time finish right there. It was one big exclamation point, or maybe even a question mark. Here's Payton. After the basket by New York on the other end. Up and over Hardaway. Payton's shot is good. Payton's got his second basket.
Their offense looking like a well-oiled machine.
And Grant, the success of teams like the Timberwolves showing that size still matters.
Yeah, in this pace and space era, that may have come into question just a bit, but size and skill combined has always been your best bet at winning. Attacking the rim with power.
Tremendous finish. Screen by Durant. Lets it fly. Outside Hardaway. Back to Durant. Shoots over Hill. Durant's shot is off.
Great work by the defense. That's the intensity coaches want to see. I almost can't believe what I saw. Incredible.
I'm speechless, man. I'm speechless. And it's blocked. Pass to Hill. Outside Payton. Here's Duncan. Fires from deep. Knocks down the triple. Duncan's got 5.
Their ball movement on this run has been tremendous. It's led to a lot of good, clean, open looks.
And timeout is called by Tom Thibodeau. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. Changes here for New York. And the Knicks with the possession here. They trail by 11. Here's Irving. They kick it out to Porzingis. Back to Irving. To halt the run. New York again can't hit. And Minnesota with possession here. Tatum with it. Irving picks him up. Outside Richardson. Pass to O'Neal. Count it. 1 for 1 to start the game.
They've controlled the paint so far. That's been the difference.
Yeah, it's not difficult to figure out why they built this lead. They have been dominant in the paint.
Back to Irving. Goes up and lays it in. Nice and easy.
Yeah, when we talk about guards, Kyrie is one of the best at scoring inside.
On the wing, Tatum. Screen by O'Neal. Three-pointer. Oh, he goes up high for the two-handed slam.
What a way to begin this game. Dominating at both ends of the floor.
Obviously, guys, brilliant coaching, a perfect game plan.
The 3, Porzingis sinks the tray.
Well, hey, you set Porzingis up and he'll knock him down. Terrific off the catch.
Here's Rose. Oh, he packs it down.
That is incredible.
And he throws it down with one hand.
And early on, they've been on a tear. Just getting whatever they want offensively.
Yeah, I mean, this is exactly how you want to start a game, with a big offensive push.
It's Thompson, high post. Kicks it to George. 4 on the clock. Had a chance there to cut it to single digits, but it's off target. From downtown, English, that's good.
You can't help but look toward their defense. They're totally lost.
Out to Thompson. Back to Irving. Over Rose. And it comes off the front of the rim.
Well, that one should be in his wheelhouse, but just off the mark.
Oh, wow. Rose looking just as tenacious as ever. He isn't intimidated by the close D at all.
Minnesota shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game. So both teams making some changes here. And so he makes both from the line. And New York has possession. 17-point game. Pass to Thompson. Back to Jones. Will it go? No good that time. And so it's Minnesota looking in total control with this 17-point advantage as the buzzer sounds. We welcome you back to second quarter action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Timberwolves.
Well, a lot of times you'll hear coaches yell, "Get the ball inside," and you can see why. Good things happen when you get the ball into the paint.
You know, another thing that has impressed me has been their numbers of points in the paint, just dominating down there. They're just getting whatever shot they want in close. Thompson's vertical is impressive. I love seeing this young guard rise up and throw it down.
Well, Grant, all the high hopes Knicks fans have had in recent years, they have finally come to fruition.
Yeah, it really was good to see the Knicks have a great campaign last year. From the players to the coaches to the front office and the fans. They've pressed all the right buttons.
Antetokounmpo for three. Minnesota with a rebound. Anthony with it. He's picked up by Jones. Pass to Payton. To the middle. And stolen by Antetokounmpo. And here they come. Some room here for Jones. The rebound by Jackson. Minnesota leading by 18. Inside. Here's O'Neal. And he can't jam it through.
I think this is a rare case of being overcommitted. He tried to go all out at the rim, and they stifled.
And look at Giannis using his length inside, allowing him to beat the contact and get the finish.
And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
And staring at a sizable deficit, the defense has to tighten up.
Outside Jones. Thompson outside. And the layup is good off the glass. Thompson's got 4 points this quarter.
You know, inside is where Thompson excels, and the concentration allowing him to finish there.
O'Neal inside. He's got 6. Jackson can't get it to go. Knicks trail by 16. Outside Jones.
First team foul. And for the Wolves, number 21,
Thompson with a screen. And the slam dunk by Thompson.
Timeout. Love the control there from Thompson. I mean, showing poise on the pick and roll.
And Chris Finch calls timeout here. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy here.
substitution on the court.
Here's Rose. And we'll have a timeout. Called by Tom Thibodeau. Coach wants to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan. Well, despite the effort to create super teams, the league has a lot of parity right now, Grant.
It really does, and I like it. It's not quite like the 80s Celtics and Lakers or the 90s Bulls, partly because of the salary cap. It's so hard to pay more than 2, maybe 3 stars at a time.
Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian. Well, Kevin Durant steadily climbing up the top 10 of the all-time scoring list. He said, I've been in the league for half of my life now. It's a blessing to be playing on this platform and doing what I love to do. I just want to continue to keep putting in good work and keep adding to what I already did.
One of the greats, Allie. Thank you. Kicks it out to Anunoby. And the three-pointer goes. Anunoby's got his first 3 points of the game.
Well, it's a three-point shooting league. Guys like him are so important for spacing.
Now here's Jordan. Down low. Here's Antetokounmpo. The layup off target.
They really have a commanding lead, not just in points, but in rebounds as well.
Tatum from long range. Giannis with the rebound. And it's Jones with the ball for New York. Down by 15. Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. Here's Duncan. He's got 5. Here's Tatum. Giannis with the rebound. Knicks trail by 15. You know, Grant, in interviews, Jason Tatum often seems understated and soft-spoken, but that's just him, isn't it?
That's true, B.A. Tatum has a quiet confidence about him. He doesn't feel the need to be loud or act out. He lets his work on the court do all the talking for him.
Shot's good by Hill.
And it gets even worse for them. I mean, he just waltzes down the lane, extending their advantage. Not good.
Well, it's not going to get any easier if they can't improve their defensive intensity. They got to show some fight.
Back to Jones. Three-pointer, no good.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
Holmgren with the block.
And you can't forget about Holmgren's reach, especially when he's nearby on defense. An aggressive move to a strong finish.
Yeah, and getting out in transition allows for some easy points before that defense is fully set.
Out to Rose. Knocks down the long J. Rose has got 7 points.
A shooter of Rose's skill is just automatic. I mean, he's ready to strike at a moment's notice.
Pass to Durant. Back to Jones. From deep, Jordan. Oh, almost had a 4-point play right there. Thought he'll go to the line with a chance for 3. That one on Tatum.
Hey, nice work attracting the foul from deep. He'll shoot 3.
And he's good on the second. And he makes all 3. Minnesota leading by 15. Outside Richardson. Here's Duncan. Oh, it's blocked by Porzingis.
Well, look, if you want to shoot over Porzingis, you got to create more space than that.
To the inside. It's his first trip to the line. That free throw good from Porzingis.
And give them credit for making a more concerted effort to get to the line this quarter.
And the Timberwolves making a change here. When you look at the career of Kevin Durant, he's had an amazing list of teammates, Grant.
Yeah, that's true, B.A. And it started with Westbrook and Harden. Then he had Steph, Clay, and Dre, Kyrie, and then Booker and Beal. That is quite the list.
Minnesota shooting their 5th and 6th free throw attempts tonight. And the second free throw is good.
Yeah, they're playing a much more physical game here in the second quarter.
A minute 22 left in the first half. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
The defense there doing whatever they can to protect the rim.
That one's good from Hardaway. Both teams will make substitutions. Hardaway hits them both. The Timberwolves lead by 12. Mobley on a screen. To the paint. And Mobley throws it down.
Easy does it. Mobley is such a fluid athlete for his size.
To the middle. Inside. Back to Durant. Clock at 6. Shoots over Mobley. Durant, no good.
He's been just a little off the mark tonight. Really the story of the game so far.
Lets it go from deep. And Anthony hits from deep. Anthony's got 6 points.
And the defense is really allowing them too much room on the perimeter.
Outside Durant. Pass to Hardaway. Payton with a steal. Mobley down low. Here's Richardson, covered by Jordan. And stolen by Hardaway. Here we go, one-on-one. Jordan with it. Here he goes. And some nice defense there to end the quarter. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Knicks will retain possession. So it's Minnesota leading by 17 at the end of the period. And they've done well in limiting Durant's production, making him uncomfortable and getting him out of rhythm. We're coming right back. Don't go. Anywhere. And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly in the second. To the inside. KP wrecks the rim.
Well, this is what you love to see. Porzingis attacking the rim.
Tatum can't hit. Knicks trail by 15. Outside Durant. The shot no good. Tatum with some nice D. And so it's Tatum who brings up the ball for the Timberwolves. They led by as many as 18. Hill can't connect. Boy, they need something to go to regain some confidence.
No question. Way too many empty possessions for them.
Well, with his skill and confidence with the ball, if you put him in position, he'll reward you.
It's Hill with the drive. And that one is stuffed right through.
Attacking the rim with power.
Tremendous finish. Here's Durant. Durant with another miss.
Well, if you give him that shot again, I'm willing to bet he nails it, especially with that lack of defensive effort.
This is what he gives you night in and night out. Stellar production at the offensive end.
And timeout is called by Tom Thibodeau. He wants to make sure everybody's on the same page. Third quarter of basketball. We're about a minute and a half in. Pass to Thompson. Back to Antetokounmpo. Outside Hardaway. It's rebounded by Minnesota. Here's Rose. Nice D from Thompson.
When we talk about the importance of protecting the rim, right there, outstanding defense.
A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Well, guys, drawing charges is an art. The Warriors' Brandon Podziemski led the league last season, and he said, I'm not going to jump with anybody at the rim and block them. This is another form of rim protection. And Brian, while some have labeled them dangerous and called for charges to be taken out of the game, they remain a winning play.
Yeah, that's a good point, Allie. Thanks. Back to O'Neal. Boom! He jams it straight down.
throws it down with two hands. You know he won't mess that up.
Not this guy. He is a big-time finisher. To the middle. Here's Antetokounmpo. Oh, and Giannis hammers it in.
And good luck stopping that. Giannis just makes it look so easy.
Rose. Hardaway grabs the board. Knicks trail by 13. Pass to Artest. It's good. Set up beautifully by George. Artest has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for three. Jackson the screen. Now O'Neal. Here's English from behind the arc. Connects from downtown. English has got 6 points. And, Coach, you've been lauded by some of your former players for your pregame preparation. I've seen it myself in the broadcasting world.
Well, I've also been cursed by some of those players for my pregame walkthroughs, Brian. People thought they were way too long, but I just wanted to be as prepared as possible and was one that always believed I'd rather do too much than too little.
Pass to O'Neal. Here's English, defended by Thompson. And stolen by Hardaway. He's all alone. Oh, and the jam by Thompson.
That's unreal. I mean, Thompson, that boy's going to hit his head on the rim one day.
Oh, and Chris Finch has called timeout. He's going to talk it over with his guys. Deciding to change it up. And Minnesota has possession. Now Payton. Pass to Duncan. 4-3. It's rebounded by George. And here's Jordan. Thompson outside. The layup misses.
And it didn't register as an official block, but he did everything you want in disrupting that shot.
Well, you know, sometimes the most pivotal plays don't always go on the stat sheet.
Have to take care of the defensive boards better than that.
Yeah, they need to pay attention to the details. Second chance points are backbreaking.
1:56 left to play in the third quarter of basketball. And he ends that fast break chance. An intentional foul. That's a textbook example of the transition take foul rule. All right, guys, what do you think so far about the offensive approach for the Timberwolves?
Well, they've really been sharing the basketball. All coaches talk about that, try to get their teams to do it. Really great when you see it in action.
And we can't forget about how ferocious they've been cutting to the rim, just going right at defenders and finding ways to finish.
Nice pass, nice catch, and a resounding dunk.
Well, he led him with the pass there, almost like a quarterback timing a route. That was impressive.
Down low. Here's Porzingis. Misses from short range. The Timberwolves lead by 14. Pass to Anthony. 1:10 left to play in the third quarter. Here's Duncan. Fires in the triple. Duncan's got 5 points in the quarter.
And it hasn't just been their stellar offense. Their defense has been effective as well.
Great example of how to build a lead and then sustain it. You win games on both ends of the floor.
From deep, Jordan. An absolute bomb from three-point range. Jordan's got 8 points.
And you can run offense through Banchero time and time again. I mean, he is a special talent.
30 seconds left in the third quarter. It's good. 12 points for him.
Things started to click for him in the second half. You can tell the focus and the intent is all there.
Lets it fly from 18. Here's Porzingis. Porzingis punishing inside.
And given how tall Porzingis is, not many guys are going to block his shot, especially when he's this close.
Anthony outside. With 1 on the clock. Whoa! He just got it off in time.
That was close. And he doesn't panic in these situations.
He really...
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Minnesota leading by 16. Pass to Hill. Here's Duncan. And there are the Timberwolves with another bucket.
And just executing at a high level. I mean, taking what the defense allows and putting in the work.
Yeah, come on. They're just having their way out there and continuing to press the advantage.
Back to Jordan. 6 on the shot clock. He takes it in. Sweet little floater.
Yeah, it took just enough off of it for the floater.
Anthony feeling it out a bit. Pass to Duncan. Second chance effort. Payton with it. There's the triple. Hits the trifecta. And the Timberwolves lead by 19.
The assist numbers certainly stand out. They've really emphasized ball movement here today.
A big group substitution here for New York. Outside Hardaway. Pass to Antetokounmpo. The quick look, no good that time.
And they're up considerably because of their efforts on the glass.
Anthony outside. This one for 3. The shot misses.
Just enough of a shot contest to bother him.
And we've made our way through just over a minute and a half of this fourth quarter. And the Knicks miss again. The Timberwolves lead by 19. Outside Payton. Anthony outside. Drops in the 3.
His shooting has been fantastic, and this team has leaned on him.
Hardaway into the lane. Throws it down, and the official calls a foul. It may be a three-point play. That one on Anthony. And with today's switching defensive style, versatile wing players are tremendously in demand, Coach.
Yeah, well, position now, Brian, comes down to who can you guard, and guys that can guard 3, 4, 5 different positions. Those 6'7", 6'8" guys are often able to do that, and they are extremely valuable.
Just 5 to shoot. The Timberwolves need to get off a shot here. Tatum way outside. And it's New York with a rebound.
Well, sometimes it's just not your night. But despite his struggles, they're ahead in the game.
For 3, Durant. O'Neal pulls it in.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
Third minute of action now gone here in the fourth. Tatum from long range. Giannis Antetokounmpo grabs the board.
And his shot just hasn't been there in this one. Luckily, his team has been able to make up the difference.
The 3-ball. Drills it from deep.
Well, he's been more confident shooting it since the half. Let's see if that trend continues.
Outside Payton. Drives to the hoop. And stolen by Durant. Here's the break. From deep, Jordan. O'Neal pulls it in. Minnesota leading by 16. And Chris Finch. Time out here. He's decided it's time to clarify the situation, leaving little room for error. Pass to Duncan. Second shot opportunity. They shoot again. Here's O'Neal. It's not going to go for him. Good D by Antetokounmpo. And so George will bring it up for the New York Knicks. They've given up just 8 points in the fourth. Thompson goes in. He can't get it to go.
Yeah, he might want to avoid looking over at the bench for a little bit here. A missed dunk like that is infuriating to a coach.
First team foul.
And he makes the first. So he picks up just one from the line that time. The three, Anthony. Minnesota again missing. Knicks trail by 17. Thompson scanning the floor. And there's a whistle. He'll head to the line to shoot two. And the NBA moving to a two-day draft. Your thoughts on the change, Grant?
You know, B.A., a lot of pro sports are shifting to multi-day drafts. And the NBA draft can be long if done all in one evening. So maybe a good choice to break it up. And what I like about Thompson, along with the high-level athleticism, he has a high-level feel for the game.
Here's Duncan. Nice dish, and the layup goes down. Duncan's got 11 in the second half.
Well, all of us coaches, we love when you can create looks in close.
Here's Antetokounmpo. Excellent D there from O'Neal. The Timberwolves lead by 17. O'Neal on the wing. 1:52 left to play in the fourth quarter of this one. And the bucket is good.
Gotta love how they've just maintained their intensity, even when they're this far up.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, just protect the ball, make smart decisions, don't give them a chance to get back in the game.
And he drops the first.
Thompson.
He's off on the second.
Every point matters in a game like this. We should remember that missed free throw when it's all said and done. Yeah, really unlike him to have this kind of game from three.
Pass to George. Thompson outside. Oh, and Mobley with the block.
Do not test Evan Mobley, a top-level shot blocker.
Durant's shot is off.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely. And they were really able to find the mismatches they wanted and exploit those all night. Great execution from the players and coaching staff for the Timberwolves.
When you look at the stat sheet, it's impressive this wasn't a total blowout. Their offense was in top gear all night long, Grant.
I thought the same thing, B.A. I mean, the difference in field goal percentages is pretty shocking.
And with this performance, they'll have claimed their 8th win of the year. So hits one and misses one at the line. Here's Anthony. And the rebound goes to the Knicks. Now here's Thompson. And he's going to the line for two. The official saw contact while he was going up. It's going to be Evan Mobley.
The sheer size of Thompson makes it difficult for defenders to match up well against him.
Both free throws good from Thompson. 40 seconds left in the fourth. Jackson the screen. Here's Tatum. Nice jump shot from the top of the key. And the Timberwolves lead by 20.
Impressive job by this team. And you really can't discount the impact of this crowd here.
No, I'd be lying if I said the crowd doesn't have an impact. It's certainly felt from the head coach all the way down.
For three, Durant. Pure from three-point range. Here's Minnesota. Picked it. So it's Minnesota easily grabbing this one.